this telecom jacket is stock from Kai Hundemark. Cheers, Kai, back in 2003, and it is Yarn Orbit certified. Welcome to the video. We've got this Tarmac SL. We need 2 hands of this one. This is the heaviest Tarmac. This is literally the heaviest S-Works Tarmac Specialized I've ever sold, full carbon. Maybe even the alloy one in 2003, alloy carbon. I've been riding Tarmac since 2003. I reckon this is the heaviest. It's definitely, for me, the most flexy, and it's definitely, no disagreements about it, the hardest to work on, because all these cables go through the steerer. So if you want to do a headset re-grease or clean it out, correct me if I'm wrong, you got to disconnect the front brake, and I think you probably got to actually disconnect the rear brake as well, just to grease out your headset and clean it, and check your fork for any ring of death. It's a really bad design. The steel or alloy split ring in here cuts into your cables, which can cause catastrophic brake failure, which can, read into that one. So I think it's design flaw. It's a very flexy down tube. It's the first Tarmac that I know of where you can compress the down tube with your hands, which means the first time you crash this bad boy, not the first time, but the first time you get crashed this, you're likely to snap it. Which, which with an $8,000 frame, printing money. Yeah, you squish the top tube, you can sort of see compressing in, which means it's just super thin material, which I had to make it super light to offset the weight of the disc brakes. And for me, this bike just rides very comfortable on gravel, but if you're sprinting, quartering, it just feels sloppy. And I really strongly suspect, this is just my opinion here, strongly suspect the pros, Quickstep, Bora, are riding a special layup. I highly doubt Peter Sagan is riding a stock layup Tarmac. I highly doubt that. Right? I highly doubt it. It's just so flimsy feeling, flexy. The wheels feel nice. The Rabar wheels, they roll really good. DT Swiss. These are the old DT Swiss hubs, by the way. The latest DT Swiss EXP ratchet is rat shit. It's no go. If you want to get DT Swiss, get the old ones where they've got the two pawls, the 2 rings. Good to go. Otherwise, yeah, it's definitely so this bike is brand new. I got it brand new from the shop. It's about 13,000 Australian dollars. I've been trying to sell it for 9 grand, and so far, someone offered me 2 ounces of weed for it. Someone offered me a Venge from 2011 Shram Red. I'm like, bro, market value was that $5,000? Someone asked me a fixie for it. Like, it's really hard to sell. So, so if you paid 13 grand for this, as soon as you walk out the door, you lose the 4 grand as soon as you ride it. So I've done it maybe 100 or 200 k's, not maybe less, down to the beach and stuff. It's already devalued $4,000, and there's not a scratch on it. It's got the Durace on there, so it's quite hilarious that you're gonna lose $4,000 on the first ride. All I have technically, So just saying the value of this is very rapid. Like mobile phones. It's like mobile phones. So yeah, I always love it. Someone said to me, oh, if you buy a Pragma or a Windspace, the resale value is not that much. You lose more resale value on an S-Works bike on the first ride than the whole expense of a Di2 Pragma or Windspace, pretty much, So anyway, but yeah, this is the biggest piece of junk Specialized I've ever sold, in my opinion. The Venge Vias was up there, but I vote this is the biggest piece of junk ever Specialized has sold in the road category, because it's got the Tarmac label on it. Tarmac, we expect a race bike. Something you get on there and you're like, man, I'm launching this motherfucker. This one, you get on it, you've ridden it, Natasha?
Yeah.
And Natasha's like, what's this piece of shit, And Natasha's like a ballerina cyclist, so it's like, even she finds it flexy and noodly. So in my opinion, no way Peter Sagan or the hitters, with the hemoglobin of 250 are finding this effective race tool. Definitely layups will be different. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion, based on experience. Also the seat post slips. And if you want a 0 offset seat post, it's another $300-400 in Australia. So getting your fit tuned on this, absolute nightmare. I don't have the integrated stem on there because the integrated stem's heavier, so this is a lighter setup than stock, but the bike's still like 7.4 kilo as pictured. It's good for arm curls. So yeah. Again, first world problems. Meanwhile in Africa, but I just thought I'd give you an honest review. SL7 SOX tarmac, the biggest piece of shit that Specialized have ever marketed in the road section, in my opinion. Again, because it's a tarmac, you have the expectation of a race bike, and this, my friends, is far from it. This is a fat chin barrister bike in its stock setup, and I do not believe the pros are riding this stock layup. I don't believe it. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Just quickly, Specialized they're not the only company out there that will give the pro riders, like the World Tour riders, a special carbon bike. I just want to clarify that. Giant have done that, Cervelo have done it, Cannondale have done it, where they've given the riders, guys like Sagan, the power hitters, you know, they give them a special bike because these guys put out such crazy power. All right, so I'm going to be honest there that Specialized aren't the only brand that give the pro riders a different layup carbon or alloy bike. Okay, it's very well known in the industry. If you know anyone like I do, that the pros get special layup carbon because they're pushing out Newton watts. So it's not just Specialized doing that. Just want to clarify.